All right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us here on Morning Live. We continue our rolling broadcast live from Nasrec. That is where our team is this morning to keep you informed of the latest happening in terms of the voting that started last night, of course, throughout the night. And as per the latest, 3 provinces are still to vote. So our reporters are there. We'll surely be crossing back to them. But if you've just tuned in, let me just remind you of what the list looks like. Of course, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa up against Dr. Dlamini Zuma for the position of President. David Mabuza and Lindiwe Zulu are contesting the position of Deputy President. The national chair position is between Gwede Mantashe and Nathi Mthethwa, and that of the Secretary General of the ANC is between Senzo Mchunu and Ace Makashule. Jesse Duarte and Zingiswa Losi for the position of the Deputy Secretary General, and Maitengwana Mashabane and Paul Mashatile are contesting for the Treasurer General position of the ruling party. So that's the list currently now, with 3 provinces still to vote. But do remember that there's been breakfast sessions that have been held ever since the conference started. Today, the breakfast session will be addressed by the Minister of Small Business Development, ANC NEC member Lindiwe Zulu. But let's find out more from our reporter. Is there Hasina Kathrada for the latest. Hasina, good morning to you.
Third Progressive Business Forum breakfast taking place on the sidelines of the 54th ANC elective conference at Nasrec. And joining me this morning is the Minister of Small Business and Development, Minister Lindiwe Zulu, who is the keynote speaker here today and is about to address the breakfast. Good morning, Minister.
Good morning. Good morning, and good morning to your viewers.
And how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. Lost my voice a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm really fine.
Minister, there's a delegation here of business people, many small business people, medium business sized enterprises. I think all keen to hear from you today. Can you give us a little snippet of, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's a two-way process. They're going to be hearing from me what the Department of Small Business Development is all about and what we have been able to do in the past almost 3.5 years. But it's also an opportunity for us to hear what they have to say, because it's not about us, it's about your small and medium enterprises and the support that we have to give them. But also they have their own views of how they think some things have to go. So it's a two-way process. I will make the presentation, but I'd love to also listen to them.
What are some of the highlights that we can expect from you today?
Well, first and foremost, I'm very excited by the fact that we have some of the gazelles. We've got a program that's called the National Gazelles. This is a program where 200 SMMEs who are top or who are performing very well, or maybe in both well and in the middle, they are selected independently of the department. And out of the 200, we have your top 40. And your top 40 are the ones that get the immediate support from the department. We've got a whole table full of them, because I thought it would be very important for us to also have people who are beneficiaries of government support to be able to come here and tell those that have not maybe been able to get the support how they made it, but also for them to explain what is it that they do. Because the interesting thing is that out of the 40 who were selected last year of the National Gazelles, none of them have collapsed. And that's what excites me, because facts and figures point to the fact that in the first year or 2 and 3 years, that's when the businesses collapse. So I'm excited about this. And we've got the second cohort of 40 who were also selected this year. So this is one of the programs that I'm really looking forward to seeing grow. But I'm also looking forward to seeing this program happening at provincial level, because it cannot only just be at national. And I'm happy to announce that Northwest adopted the same program. They've already launched their own. Here is what happens here. Mostly small and medium enterprises complain about basic things. They complain about non-financial support. They complain about no access to market. They complain about the fact that opportunities are not being opened up for them. So these 40 are like our children, who we really are going to nurse and make sure that they grow and get out of the stable of always waiting for government to support. We're also looking hoping the private sector will be able to look at them and see where they can help them in opening up the market. But we're also looking at government opening up the opportunities for them. One of the gazelles produces a special dryer which is locally produced in South Africa. They produce a dryer and one of the hospitals has already brought that dryer. I visited the factory. I could see for myself that this is local production, this is local design, this is local innovation, and I'm very excited about that.
Well, just talking to a few people that are here at the breakfast, they're quite excited to engage with you today. Does a forum like this present an opportunity for you to actually be accessible and engage, personally with stakeholders?
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to really thank PBF because we are always at PBF engagements because we believe that the partnership between the public-private partnership is of utmost importance for SMMEs and cooperatives. It's important that we continue to be present at the PBF, not only just the breakfast. We've attended quite a number of their activities, and what we like is that PBF is your progressive business whose main aim is to look at South Africa from a developmental point of view, because sometimes we miss the point and we forget that this is a developmental state, and therefore the support that we need to give particularly to black businesses, women-owned businesses, youth-owned businesses, needs us to have that understanding that they were left out of these processes. They have not been able to participate many years before. They only started participating under this new government of the African National Congress in the new democracy. And therefore we want to hold hands with the private sector. Also we want to hold hands with academic institutions because we need a lot of research to be supported so that we can be able to develop products from the government point of view, or develop programs that can respond to the challenges of small and medium enterprises as well as cooperatives.
Well, certainly exciting things to look forward to, Minister. We'll hear more from you and we'll talk to you a bit later. That was Minister Lindiwe Zulu, Minister of Small Business and Development, and who'll be addressing the breakfast shortly, and we'll bring you that live from Nasrec. Back to you, studio.